Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the Board of County Commissioners meeting for November 12th. Would you all please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, first thing on our agenda are our minutes. We have two sets of minutes today. So, Commissioner, go ahead.
I move to approve the proceedings of the Board of County Commissioners for Tuesday, October 29th, 2024, as presented. And also the special meeting on Thursday, October 31st, 2024, for the Montezuma County special meeting, as presented.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to accept the proceedings of the Board of Commissioners for October 31st, 2024 and October 29th, 2024. Is there any discussion?
No.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. All right, next up we'll have planning. Come on down, and do we have the 9 o'clock people in the room?
Good morning, Commissioners.
Morning.
All right. Good morning. Well, we have a public hearing at this point in time, so would you call the roll, please, Kim?
Commissioner Candelaria.
Here.
Commissioner Lindsay.
Here.
Commissioner Copenhaver.
Here.
Administrator Anderson.
Here.
Attorney McLaren.
Here.
And Kim Purcell, Montezuma County Clerk and Recorder. Notice is hereby given that the Montezuma County Board of County Commissioners will hold a public hearing for review and determination of a proposed subdivision amendment and rezoning application to lot number 4 of the Bear Pond 4-lot moderate subdivision submitted by Ronnie and Rachel Hurst on property located at 16361 Road 30.7, Dolores, Colorado, consisting of 22.58 acres, more or less, located north of Highway 184, east of Road 30.5, situated in Section 22, Township 37 North, Range 15 West, N.M.P.M. The hearing will be held Tuesday, November 12, 2024 at 9 a.m. in the Commissioners' Hearing Room, Montezuma County Administrative Offices, 109 West Main, Cortez, Colorado. Interested persons may attend and give input. Information may be obtained from the Planning Office online services at https://montezuma-co.smartgovcommunity.com public home. You may also contact the Planning Department at 970-565-2801 with questions. Dated the 16th day of September 2024, Kim Purcell, Clerk, Board of County Commissioners, Montezuma County, Colorado, published in the Journal on Wednesday, October 30th, 2024.
All right, thank you, Kim. Okay, Don, if you give us an overview on this one, please.
Sure. So Ronnie and Rachel, they set up this subdivision originally. Lot 4 is roughly 22 acres, and there's a house on there now, and they want to create a 3.5 acre lot, splitting lot 4 to lot 4A and 4B. The remaining lot would be 18.5 acres, 19 acres. They're just splitting that lot 4 of their subdivision.
Okay.
The
Would you like to add?
Red Road has access off of Highway 184, and so there it does allow for one more residence, which still allows for one to be put on the 19 acre remaining parcel, if this is approved.
Okay. Would you like to add anything, sir? Okay. All right. Commissioners, any questions at this point in time?
No.
The other lot owners from the subdivision, the original subdivision?
Yeah, we didn't have any opposition
No
on it.
opposition to it.
Planning and zoning.
They were unanimous to recommend it for approval.
All right. Well, then at this point in time, I will open up this application for public comment. Anybody wishing to speak for or against this application, Please come forward to the podium, state your name and address for the record prior to providing your comments, and you may address the board at this time. Okay, seeing no public comment, I'll close the public comment session of this application and bring it back to the commissioners. Gentlemen, do you have any questions?
I don't. Gerald, do you have any?
This is,
I don't,
Pretty simple.
yeah, it's pretty simple.
everything is accessed off of, I can't tell what that road is, but
37
30
point,
30.7?
30.7, but,
Water and electric, everything's available there, so.
okay. I don't have any either.
Okay.
So go ahead.
I would so move, we accept the proposed subdivision amendment and rezoning application to Lot 4 of the Bear Pond 4 Lot Moderate Subdivision, submitted by Ronnie and Rachel Hurst on property located at 16361 Road 30.7, Dolores.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to accept the proposed subdivision amendment and rezoning application on lot number 4 of the Bear Pond 4 Lot Moderate Subdivision submitted by Ronnie and Rachel Hurst on property located at 16361 Road 30.7, Dolores, Colorado. Is there any further discussion?
No.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, I will close this public hearing, and you have been accepted, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
thanks.
All right, I have, looks like about 3 minutes. Do you have Mylars to sign?
We do?
Would you like to roll one out?
Sure. We can
We
do.
have time. We got all these done with them, huh?
Yeah.
Cast away all your friends? Did I cast away all my friends? All your friends? Throw away all the phone numbers now? That's how that is. I'm gonna cast them away. They say I'm supposed to, but I'll probably make all kinds of new friends every time I go to Walmart. Oh, sure. Everybody in the community.
This one, you don't have to sign. You also have to sign this. This is the.
So you've done hunting for you? Yes. Thank you. Yeah. Did your machine get fixed? Still hunting for anything.
Okay. I do have 910. Do we have the applicants available?
Yes, we do.
Okay. All right. This being time set aside for a public hearing, would you call the roll, please, Kim?
Commissioner Candelaria.
Here.
Commissioner Lindsey.
Here.
Commissioner Copenhagen.
Here.
Administrator Anderson.
Here.
Attorney McLaren.
Here.
Kim Purcell, County Clerk. Notice is hereby given that the Montezuma County Board of County Commissioners will hold a public hearing for review and determination of a proposed subdivision amendment and rezoning application to lot number 3 of the Millard Farms Subdivision submitted by Edward and Carrie Jo Comisky on property located at 13123 Road 21, Cortez, Colorado, consisting of 14.66 acres more or less located north of Road N, west of Road 21, situated in Section 1, Township 36 North, Range 17 West, N.M.P.M. The hearing will be held Tuesday, November 12, 2024, at 9:10 a.m. in the Commissioners' Hearing Room, Montezuma County Administrative Offices, 109 West Main, Cortez, Colorado. Interested persons may attend and give input. Information may be obtained from the planning office's online services at https://co-montezuma-co.smartgovcommunity.com public home. You may also contact the planning department at 970-565-2801 with questions. Dated this 15th day of October, 2024, Kim Purcell, Clerk, Board of County Commissioners, Montezuma County, Colorado. Published in the Journal on Wednesday, October 30th, 2024.
All right. Thank you, Kim. Okay, Don. Overview on this one.
The Comiskys are wishing to amend their Lot 3 of the Millard Farms Subdivision. They currently have 2 houses on there. They would like to split it into 3 lots as opposed to 1. 2 lots would be accessed from the east. They're on Road 21. The other one is accessed from the south on Road N currently. Utilities are there for the 2 current residences and are available for the 3rd lot or for an additional lot on each of the parcels if approved.
Okay. Do you have anything you'd like to add, sir?
No, we need to build a house for my daughter and son-in-law. So, to do that, we had to subdivide.
Okay. What's the acreage sizes approximately?
The 2 smaller lots will be exactly 3 acres, with the remaining being on the main lot.
Okay. Questions, gentlemen, before I open this?
P&Z's findings.
They were unanimous to recommend it for approval.
Commissioner Copain or anything?
No, not right now.
Okay. All right, well then I will open up this application for public comment. Anybody wishing to speak for or against this application, please come forward to the podium, state your name and address for the record prior to providing your comments, and you may address the board at this time. All right, seeing no public comment, I'll close the public comment session of this application and bring it back to the commissioners. Gentlemen, what's your pleasure?
I have nothing further. I mean, this is pretty easy.
This one's really straightforward. I
Yes.
wish they were all this easy. Right off of 2 county roads, that
Yeah.
makes it super easy.
Yeah, it did make it simple.
So, pleasure.
Yeah, I'm fine. I move to approve this proposed subdivision amendment and rezoning application to Lot 3 of the Millard Farms Subdivision submitted by Ed and Carrie Jo Comisky on property located at 13123 Road 21, Cortez.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to accept the proposed subdivision amendment and rezoning application to lot number 3 of the Millard Farms Subdivision submitted by Edward and Carrie Jo Comisky on property located at 13123 Road 21, Cortez, Colorado. Is there any further discussion?
No.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. You have been approved, sir, and this public hearing is closed.
I just stay here. That's right.
Your variance.
So now it looks like we have a variance. I have no time specific, so we'll just go ahead with this, Don, and
All right. So, it's on the same, property where they live. When they bought the property, this shop was already there. And as part of the subdivision review by P&Z, they recommended that they apply for an after-the-fact variance to take care of the shop that's existing. As you see there, it's just under 17 feet setback from the property line there on the south, the county road right-of-way. I'm not sure what year that was
What-
built or
that's my
who
question I
built
was
it,
gonna
but
ask.
it was built early 2000s. So they would just like to try and get that cleaned up while they're in the process.
questions, gentlemen?
You said you have no idea what year that was built
It
in?
was built in 2001.
And it's a shop,
Yes.
just a shop building?
Yep.
So at the time it was built, the setback would have been 25 feet. And currently it's 30.
30.
And I can only assume that they went from the road, not from the property line when they did their setback. They probably went from the edge of the road, but that's speculating.
Actually, I believe it's like 48 feet from the edge of the road. I sent those measurements in. I think they just misunderstood where their property line was at the time.
So-
Yes.
So you realize, though, that it's 30 feet from the property
Oh,
line?
I do.
Okay.
Yeah. No,
Just
I do.
moving forward.
No, I completely do. We actually, when we built our house just west of there, we did it 50 feet just.
Okay.
I don't have anything.
I mean, we can't move it in towards the road.
Yeah.
I mean,
It would cost more than
historically,
what
if
we're
it's
building.
on another property, we've been asking to, can you attain property to meet the 30-foot setback? Here, you can't do that, so.
You don't want to move our county road?
Well, I don't know, Rob, should we move N-Road? He's shaking his head yes, so
Yeah,
let's move it.
if Rob's here, we'll just move the county road and put a jog.
Well, I mean,
Just close it and
it's not
use
necessarily moving the
M
county
and
road,
P.
it
I'd
would be
happy.
moving the building, is really what I'm getting at. It wasn't our error of the county road, it was the error of the building. But 2001, it's,
It is what it is.
so, all right,
You all right, Kent?
Yeah, I'm fine.
go ahead.
I move to approve this setback variance application submitted by Ed and Carrie Jo Comisky on property located at 13123 County Road 21, Cortez, Colorado.
Second.
Been moved and seconded to approve a setback variance application submitted by Edward and Carrie Jo Comisky on property located at 13123 Road 21, Cortez, Colorado. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, sir.
Thank you, guys.
You
Appreciate
are
it.
Thank you.
approved, good to go.
Okay, where are we at?
All right, the 920 is coming up. Do we have the applicants for 920?
There she is.
Did that one.
I looked the wrong way. Just blended in with the crowd.
Yeah.
And my clock just changed. So with this being set aside for a public
Oh,
hearing,
wait.
would you call the roll call, please, Kim?
Commissioner Candelaria,
Here.
Commissioner Lindsey,
Here.
Commissioner Copenhaver,
Here.
Administrator Anderson,
Here.
Attorney McLaren,
Here. So
Kim?
before we go any further, I've got to stop you for a second. This is 9:20, Julie. I'm sorry, you're at
Right.
9:30.
That's correct.
So do we have the Gilbert.
No, she's not here.
Do not see her.
Okay, so can we still proceed? We can, can't we?
Yeah, we can. I
Okay.
mean, it certainly
All
will
right.
affect the
Sorry,
information we
Kim, I'll let you-
receive, but.
I'll let you start
That's
over.
fine. Start over, okay. Commissioner Candelaria,
Here.
Commissioner Lindsey,
Here.
Commissioner Copenhaver.
Here.
Administrator Anderson.
Here.
Attorney McLaren.
Here.
And Kim Purcell, County Clerk. Notice is hereby given that the Montezuma County Board of County Commissioners will hold a public hearing for review and determination of a proposed two-lot moderate subdivision application submitted by Loretta Gilbert on property located at 17381 Road 24, Dolores, Colorado, consisting of 8.80 acres, more or less, located west of Road 24, south of Highway 184, situated in Section 16, Township 37 North, Range 16 West, N.M.P.M. The hearing will be held Tuesday, November 12, 2024, at 9:20 a.m. in the Commissioners' Hearing Room, Montezuma County Administrative Offices, 109 West Main, Cortez, Colorado. Interested persons may attend and give input. Information may be obtained from the Planning Office online services at https://montezuma-co.smartgovcommunity.com, public home. You may also contact the Planning Department at 970-565-2801 with questions. Dated this 16th day of October 2024, Kim Purcell, Clerk, Board of County Commissioners, Montezuma County, Colorado. Published in the Journal on Wednesday, October 30th, 2024.
All right, thank you, Kim. Okay, Don.
All right, Miss Gilbert is, she has 8,
We'll wait a minute.
I'm blaming Ian. Last meeting. She has 8.8 acres roughly, and she would like to create a little over a 3-acre lot. She currently has a residence on the south there where she lives, with access and utilities. Planning and zoning was unanimous to recommend it for approval. Access utilities is off of Road 24 there. That's basically it.
Pretty straightforward again. Any questions, commissioners?
No.
Thoughts? That means there's a thought.
I don't have anything right now.
Okay. All right. Well, with that, I will then open this application up for public comment. Anybody wishing to speak for or against this application, please come forward to the podium, state your name and address for the record prior to providing your comments, and you may address the board at this time. Okay, seeing no public comment, I'll close the public comment session of this application. Gentlemen,
I have nothing further.
okay, what's your pleasure?
I don't have any problem with it.
Okay.
I move to approve this proposed two-lot moderate subdivision application submitted by Loretta Gilbert on property located at 17381 Road 24, Dolores, consisting of 8.8 acres.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to accept the proposed two-lot moderate subdivision application submitted by Loretta Gilbert on property located at 17381 Road 24, Dolores, Colorado, consisting of 8.80 acres, more or less. Is there any further discussion?
No.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay. That has been approved. Now I'll close the public hearing. And with that, now, Julie, sorry, I'll bring up, we do have to wait till 9:30, but sit for 5 minutes. Do you have anything else, Tom, that we need to take care of right now?
No, planning would just like to thank Ian for all his help that unfortunately we have to get his input on with anybody and everybody that seems to be moving into the area, but it's been great, and good luck to you.
Thanks, Don. Appreciate it.
All right, well, with that, Ian, I'm gonna let you do your report. I'm gonna let you get way out ahead of everybody since you probably have a lot.
Can
to
I do
talk
my
about.
report at the end? I can do it now. So, last week we filed a reply in the Ironwood case. Ironwood had filed their response to our motion to reduce the fines to judgment, and we filed a reply, and so we're just waiting for an order from the court at this point in time. I anticipate that'll come through this week. We've got our unemployment appeal going on. Opening brief before the Court of Appeals is due on November 18th. I'm going to get that filed before the end of the day tomorrow, so we'll just get the clock rolling on that. I've got an open meetings training tonight for our board members at 6 p.m. I think that's a great training. Hopefully we can get it videotaped. We'll use it in the future for the board members that we appoint, so that should be good. I guess lastly, I just want to thank the board for the opportunity to serve here. It's been 9 years here now that I've been at the county. I started back in January 2nd of 2016 was my first day. And when I walked in, I was pretty new, pretty young, didn't really know what I was doing. I remember coming up to this courtroom my third day, had no clue what was going on, and my supervisor at the time, John Baxter, as we're walking up the stairs, he said, "Well, you're doing court today." I said, "Okay, well, here we go. Buckle your seatbelts." And it's just been a great ride. I have such a love for this community. I love Montezuma County. I love this place. I love the people here. And being able to sit here and serve has been the utmost privilege. I really, really appreciate it. I'd like to just thank a couple employees here that had a huge impact on my development as a person and did a wonderful job for the county. Kelly Hargraves, our Director of Social Services, she was the ongoing case supervisor for a lot of the time that I was the Assistant County Attorney. Working with Kelly was absolutely awesome. She's always been on top of it. She serves such an important role in the community, and I learned so much from her, and I appreciate that. Shaq Powers, our former county administrator, was a huge influence on me. He was just a wonderful leader for the county, and I really, really appreciate the work that he did and the things that I learned from him. And then Regina Shack, she was here when I first started. She was the Director of Child Support, and sometimes when you're a young attorney and you don't really know what's going on, and a young man, getting that acceptance from the staff is huge, and Regina was big in that regard. She embraced me with open arms. I remember going up to a child support conference, and I was probably the youngest person up there by 25 years. I didn't know where to go or what to do. Regina took me out to dinner and chatted with me, and so I've always appreciate that. She was a big impact. Certainly our office staff with Steve, our Assistant County Attorney, Steve Tarnowski, he's been great to work with the last 3.5 years. It's taken so much off my plate in terms of handling our dependency neglect docket. Naomi, our office assistant, has just been wonderful. I went to school with Naomi's son and knew her a little bit back then, and it's just now having the opportunity to work with her. I mean, she's the one that makes the office go. She's the wheels behind everything we do. And then certainly my former supervisor, John Baxter, was a huge influence on me and just a wonderful, wonderful person to work with. He taught me so much about being an attorney and also just how to be a human, how to be a good person, and how to conduct yourself every day. Lastly, I'd like to thank this board and Travis. I really, really have appreciated working with you guys. It's a cool thing to be able to come in and work with 4 guys that are a lot older than me and have a lot of experience. One of the neat things is we talk not only about the business we have here, but we talk about life, and that's been enlightening in a lot of different ways. And so certainly appreciate all of you, and I appreciate the opportunity that you gave me. When I started here, when I applied for the county attorney position, I didn't have a lot of experience in this realm, and you guys took a chance on me, and it's been a huge opportunity, and I appreciate it. Lastly, I think the last thing I would say, I really believe in the importance of local government. I believe that local government is of utmost importance to the functioning of this country. I see local government being eroded every day. I see power grabs against the local government coming from up high, and I think it's so important that we as boards protect against that. We need to be able to legislate from the local level, and we need to continue to fight that fight, because ultimately, locals know what's best for locals. And so, I certainly want to encourage you guys to keep on moving in that direction and keep on ensuring that our local governments function. Certainly civic participation is huge, and we have a lot of people in this room who I've seen at pretty much every meeting since I started, and that's important, and I appreciate it. I appreciate each and every one of you who has been here, who has given their input, who has held this board and this body accountable. That's what makes this country function. That's what makes us go. And so really, really want to thank everybody who comes here and participates. I think that's a big deal. Lastly, I think, I would just thank everybody for the opportunity. I think it's been a great ride, and look forward to what's next. Luckily, I'm not going very far. There's a lot of nostalgia here. I have a lot of close connections here, but I'm not going far, and hopefully in my new role, I can serve the community in the same way that I've been able to serve the community here from the county attorney position. That's it.
All
Thank you.
right.
Thanks.
Thank you. We have had some interesting conversations about life with this young man, and it keeps it very interesting when we're away from here. I'm sure some of you that are a little older will understand that, but it has been enjoyable also, Ian. Congratulations. Good luck in your new position. And we wish you all the best, and we hope we never see you in that position.
Yeah.
If we do, something horribly wrong has happened. But yeah, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it.
Anything else? Okay. All right, with that, it is now 9:30, so Julie, come on down. All right, with this being time set aside for another public hearing, would you call the roll, please, Kim?
Commissioner Candelaria.
Here.
Commissioner Lindsey.
Here.
Commissioner Copenhaver.
Here.
Administrator Anderson.
Here.
Attorney McLaren.
Here.
Kim Purcell, County Clerk. Notice is hereby given that the Montezuma County Board of County Commissioners will hold a public hearing for review and determination of a proposed single lot development and rezoning application submitted by Georgia Alston, agent Julie Sukla, on property located at 10791 Road 23, Cortez, Colorado, consisting of 66.02 acres more or less, located west of Road 23, south of Road L, situated in Section 20, Township 36 North, Range 16 West, N.M.P.M. The hearing will be held Tuesday, November 12, 2024, at 9:30 a.m. in the Commissioners' Hearing Room, Montezuma County Administrative Offices, 109 West Main, Cortez, Colorado. Interested persons may attend and give input. Information may be obtained from the Planning Office online services at https://montezuma-co.smartgovcommunity.com public home. You may also contact the Planning Department at 970-565-2801 with questions. Dated the 16th day of October 2024, Kim Purcell, Clerk, Board of County Commissioners, Montezuma County, Colorado. Published in the Journal on Wednesday, October 30th, 2024.
All right, thank you, Kim. Okay, Don, will you give us an overview on this one, please?
Sure. So, Miss Alston would like to split off her house and roughly 31 acres and leave a remaining 35-acre ag parcel to the north. The new property line will avoid the existing structures to meet all the required setbacks from the land use code. And that's basically it. The ag land has access from 2 different county roads, whichever way they want to do that. I believe there's an ag access up on Road L, but that's basically it. Planning and zoning was unanimous to recommend it for approval.
Okay, would you like to add anything?
No, I think that covers it. It's too much for her to take care of, and she's gonna let somebody else take on that 35 acres, and she's gonna keep her house, which is on the 31 acres.
Okay. All right, you're taking it way too easy on us today, the last day for our attorney here, and you're
I don't
making
wanna
it
stress
way too
Ian out.
easy. Access both ways, gosh, this is
Yeah.
great. Okay, anything, commissioners,
No.
before I open it up for public comment?
I don't have anything. It's
Okay. All right, well then, I will open this application up for public comment. Anybody wishing to speak for or against the application, please come forward to the podium, state your name and address for the record prior to providing your comments, and you may address the board at this time. Okay, seeing no public comment, I'll close the public comment session of this application. Gentlemen, bring it back to us.
I have nothing further.
it's-
Okay.
I don't have any problem with it either.
Like I said, pretty straightforward. These are pretty simple and easy. It's nice to have once in a while.
I move to approve this single lot development and rezoning application submitted by Georgia Austin, agent Julie Sukla, on property located at 10791 Road 23, Cortez.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to accept the proposed single lot development and rezoning application submitted by Georgia Alston, agent Julie Sukla, on property located at 10791 Road 23, Cortez, Colorado. Is there any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, you have also been approved, and this public hearing is closed. Thank
All
you.
right. Well, congratulations on your re-elections and good luck, Ian. We'll miss you.
Congratulations to your family.
Thank you. All right, Don. Do you have anything else?
Not at this point.
Okay.
We'll take it easy on you.
All right. Everything is signed. All right, with that, we will go to our public comment session of the meeting. The Board of Commissioners welcomes you to this meeting. Person speaking during public comment will be limited to 3 minutes, or depending on the number of people wishing to speak, it may be reduced to allow all the members of the public the opportunity to address the board. When addressing the board, please state your name and address for the record prior to providing your comments. Comments to individual supervisors or staff are not permitted, and participants may not yield their time to other. And with that, the public comment session is open.
Good morning, all. Thank you very much for the opportunity. My name is Alan Mays, 21693 County Road 21 in Lewis. First off, didn't realize we were losing Ian here from the position, but anyway, congratulations. I wasn't expecting the public comment. It went faster with the planning than expected. But anyway, yesterday, Veterans Day, I hope all of you went out. It was a beautiful day for a parade, and it was a nice parade for Veterans Day. And so I hope we all had the opportunity to wish our veterans well, thank them very much, especially those that gave all. I guess my comment for today is we did have an election here recently. I know Kim's going to probably give us an update on those things, and I don't know how to put it, but there was a portion of the election that surprised me. I guess it was the fire protection district, that the outcome of that decision is going to impact everybody in the county, not just the Cortez Fire District. And I don't know how, when it's a situation where I didn't get to vote on that. So I didn't get to say, no, I don't need any more taxes, or yes, I think we need the fire protection district elevated with funds, because everything is costing more. We realize that. Again, my feeling on things like that are we have to manage better, and I do hope that with this passing, however it went, I think there's some questions on how that went, because again, taxation without representation is a situation that I am concerned about. But we hope that the fire district we'll get a hold of their finances and manage them better. Stories that are out there are always that, gee, yeah, I wish I could do that. Fix my finances with a little bit of public health or public help. But anyway, that's my comment. I guess it was a surprise to me that the fire district was able to do that. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next. One more time. Anybody else? Okay. I will close the public comment session of this meeting, and we will go straight down into unfinished business. First one is we have a decision related to the wraps as presented by MoCo. Ms. Graves, would you like to come on down? This was presented to us in a workshop that we had last week, and I think we had pretty much seen all of the decisions and the dollars that that you had presented, and now it's just the time to make that decision. So if you would pull up the numbers, or if you want to briefly give a synopsis again, go ahead.
We're looking for partial wraps for 6 vehicles for a total of $15,300, I think, in all. I have not been able to look at our current budget. Those numbers haven't been uploaded yet from finance. And the bus fund is kind of a mystery. So for me, I'd like to table this so I can do additional research and figure out where specifically to take those funds from. We're on track to spend our budget as it is. So I don't think there'll be lots of wiggle room to include that.
Okay. Well, we can push this down a week, 2 weeks, what?
I think a week's great.
Week? Okay, next Tuesday, Travis. All right. We'll push that to next week. Anything
Thank
else? House Bill 241211, the Senior Services Contingency Funds. What do you want to talk about here?
I would like you to make a decision as to whether senior services can apply for this. This is emergency funding issued from the state for senior services locations. Our emergency that I would propose is turnover of staff over multiple months impacting operations that would constitute a reason for application. So it would be 90 days of funding. And so we'd like to apply. It's on a rolling basis. There's no match required. They take them, and you can reapply if the money's there. It's a first come, first serve until the $2 million are expended.
Do you have anything to add, Commissioner?
No, it'll help out with the
Okay.
senior services, so
Yeah.
no, it's not a problem.
Sounds good.
I move to approve this grant application submission form for senior services for the rolling reimbursement monthly grant payment of $55,000 with no matching funds.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to accept the Montezuma County Grant Application Submission Form in the amount of $55,000 to assist with the Senior Services Contingency Funds for the senior services. Any further discussion? All
No.
those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, there you go.
That's it.
Get after it. All right, Shane, Rob, looking at more snow plows.
So this first snowplow is one we've actually already agreed to purchase. It was an auction. I flew up to Denver. There was 6 of them up for sale, and I picked this one out to bid on. It was the best of the group, and so we already purchased this. It'll replace a 2-wheel drive. It'll actually make all of our trucks now 4-wheel drive. Not to say that they're 4-wheel drive not outdated, but they will all be four-wheel drive. It'll cut the need for chains and things like that when we come in the morning.
Well, I think it's good too to get rid of a 1994, I mean, we've got to update some things specifically too, so I think this is a good update.
I think this has been going on since 2014, trying to update these old plows. They were old CDOT wore-out plows when they got here for a minimal price, if anything. And most of our time, 10 years ago, was spent pulling them out of a ditch because their steering boxes didn't work and the right tire wobbled a lot and, you know, things like that, and there was no parts for them. So we've had this program going now for several years, and we are updated with these two today. That gets us in pretty good shape at the county road department now, so.
We will in the future years probably still need a few more, but the bad thing is that now it'll be the larger snow plows that we would need, and that gets into the higher money. But we are still running some as old as 1979 that are still plowing snow. So but we were running, our whole snowplow fleet was 1981s. So we're getting there, but we still have a long ways to go.
Okay. All right.
And so this next one is one that we've been working on trying to get since the spring. I went to, it's Avon, it's in Avon, Colorado. I actually went up there and looked this one over also. In the spring, we had a purchase price of almost $50,000. I went up and found a few things that we might need to fix, nothing major. He came down $10,000 on the price. So we would be purchasing this one for that, the page before this, $39,000. We probably won't end up seeing this one until mid-December. They were waiting on their new truck that they ordered from Western Star. And then once that gets to them, we can go ahead and continue with the purchase. But that is a final purchase price, so we would need approval for that purchase price. And the problem with these snowplows is they're extremely hard to find. There's only one need for a four-wheel drive truck, and that's basically snowplow purposes. It's hard to find comps, but I feel like the price is a very good price for this truck. It's in excellent condition.
Do these have sanders in them, or are they compatible for a sander, or do you use a sander with them?
So the one that I bought at the auction doesn't have a sander currently. It's set up for a sander, but it's a different sander setup than what we use. So we'll end up putting a sander in it. And this one is actually a live bottom. It has a conveyor in the bottom of that dump bed that you see there, and it'll kick it out to a spinner. So this one is set up with a sander already.
Okay. Questions, guys?
No.
Just also too, just looking at their capital budget, they still have plenty of money in their capital budget. So we did look at that also prior, even with the purchase of the other plow. So the 39,000, or Travis, did you have that scroll down? Was it right at 39, I think? Well, we'll call it 40.
I'd so move we approve the purchase of these snow plows. This one for $39,893.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to accept the proposal for through Transit West Truck for a 2004 International Paystar in the amount of $39,893. Is there any further discussion?
No.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, sir. There you go.
We will send out a notice to proceed today on that engineering proposal we accepted last week, so that'll go out. We want to get that survey started ASAP before it snows, so we can determine the acreage and then proceed with the acquisition of the land. So that'll go. And Ian, thank you. I mean, I don't know how many times you kept me out of trouble by just saying, just calm down. Your advice is well taken, so.
I think it went both ways a few times, though.
Probably so.
Yeah.
Thanks for your help.
I appreciate it. Thank you for everything you do.
That's it? Good? Okay.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Thanks.
Thank you, guys. Those are pretty new hats.
Yeah.
All right, next on our agenda is a letter of support for the Montezuma Heritage Museum. Liz McMillan, are you in the room? No, Travis, can you pull that up?
She's printing off the letter, didn't make it in the packet.
Okay, because I
So we
didn't.
can move on to the IGA.
Okay. All right, then take it away, Travis. IGA for the Animal Control Shelter.
So Commissioners, there's never been an IGA for the use of the city shelter for animal control purposes. The city provided one, and it's pretty straightforward. Most of it falls under the sheriff's office purview. The only thing that we really have to provide is the funding, and it was $27,500 per year, and the sheriff has already signed off on this IGA.
And I looked this over, and the one comment I would have is a flat fee of $27,500 doesn't give us a lot of insight into what we're being charged. I mean, I don't know how much it's used. I don't know how many animals we take there. I don't know how long they stay there. But to just pay a flat fee without those numbers struck me as odd. Again, it's not necessarily a legal issue as much as it's just a terminology issue and a contractual term. But it would seem to me that $27,500 could house a lot of animals for a lot of days. And maybe that's what's needed, maybe that's what we use. It just seems to me that this sort of agreement would normally be on a per diem basis rather than a flat fee at the front end.
I was gonna say, I think that's the same number we've funded
For years.
since I've been here. That's the same number. The city has.
Maybe
Yeah, I don't know whether,
or
I mean, I don't
moved
know
it.
what we funded in the past. Maybe it's the right number, maybe it's the wrong number. I don't know. I don't know what it costs.
I mean-
But that would be something that I'd be interested in seeing. How many animals are they housing, and how much does it cost to house them?
And I believe that's in the IGA as far as.
I think it does state that. It says how long they'll keep them before they send them to
Yeah, but
the-
it doesn't talk about
Give
how
a
many. I
dollar
mean, it's not
value,
a
yeah.
dollar value. And so
What, since I have a lot of sheriff's officers in here, I'm gonna ask one of them to come on down for a minute. I mean, this may be a conversation to have further, but Under Sheriff Tyson Cox, I mean, does that seem reasonable for what you guys take in? It seems like we do take in a lot from the unincorporated part of the county.
We do. Last year, we utilized the animal shelter for 60-plus animals. So, yeah, we utilize the shelter quite a bit.
Okay. And we don't have to make this decision today if we want to look at more numbers,
Well,
but I can tell you that this is the same number that I've seen.
just from the number of lost animals on Facebook, I think we're getting a pretty good deal.
Probably so.
That average is about $458 per animal. At 60, 27.5 divided by 60.
I don't know what it costs to hold an animal, but that seems like a lot of dog food.
That's a lot.
I think it's more than that. If you look at the IGA, they also then take them, they dispose of them, which we get that.
Well, and any medical issues that they have at the time they come in, they deal with, and it's more than just feeding them.
All right, what's your pleasure? We can postpone it till next week if you want more numbers too.
Well, I'd like to see how many we're actually sending
Yeah.
in there,
Okay.
personally. That's,
Yes. That's-
All right, well then let's move this down. I don't, we can probably get that from the shelter, not necessarily from you all.
We can provide it, they can provide it.
Okay.
And there's nothing that would prevent us from negotiating this contract on a more per diem basis. I mean, we use the shelter and then we get billed for the use. I mean, there's that option. I mean, then we're actually paying what our costs are, rather than just throwing a number out there that might be right or it might not be right.
Okay. Well, then we'll move this down for a week.
Yeah, be prudent to look
And,
at the numbers, just to
We'll look
make
at the
sure.
numbers, because it could be a plus or minus, so be prepared for that also. Okay, very good. Thank you, Tyson. Appreciate it. All right. Gosh, that is it for
Get
this
that letter of support.
Yes, sir.
unfinished business here. So I'll go into,
We got that letter of support for the museum.
okay.
So I'm not seeing her in the building, but it's just a letter of support. It doesn't obligate the county to any financial revenues towards this program. They're looking for a grant for the Historical Society of New Towns and a New Frontier. I think they're just wanting to expand some of their programs.
I don't have any issues with this.
I move we sign the letter of support for the Heritage Museum.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to sign the letter of support for the Montezuma Heritage Museum. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, there you go, Travis. You can-
We'll have it
If you have
printed
that
out.
signature page, we'll
Yes.
sign it and get it sent off. All right. Kim, do you have anything that you would like to report today?
Sure. So just a quick recap. We ended up, well, we're still not complete because we have the 8-day signature cures for the election. We have about 15, right now we have 15,280 ballots counted. We're sitting at about 76%. The state says that we have 19,936 registered voters. We actually ended up with 22,274 voters. We have about 500 plus signature discrepancy letters that were mailed out, so we're waiting for those people to get their signature cure affidavits turned into us. Those signature cure affidavits have to be in by 12 o'clock tomorrow on the 13th. I don't know if you guys have any questions for us. We were there till about, I think we closed up about 12:30 is when we finally stopped. And then we started again the next morning at 9. And then, of course, we had the issue with the office and a little bit of smoke in our office, so we closed down the next day for a little bit and started again on, Thursday, and finished on Thursday. So, have any questions for me? The question that I had from Alan, as far as the districts are set up that if you live within the district, you get to vote on that question. So it's just like the school district. If you live within the Cortez School District, then you vote on that district's question. If you live in the Dolores School District, you vote on that question. So that's the way it's set up. The district was the one that gave us the voting list for that district, and they're the ones that told us who was eligible to vote and who was not. So, do you have anything else?
I don't have any questions. Thank you, guys. I appreciate your hard work and
Yeah.
worst time of the possible for having an electrical motor go out in an HVAC unit, but that's just kind of what happens.
So I did want to publicly thank my election judges and everybody that worked for us. It was a stressful election, to say the least, but we have an awesome team. Our tabulation team's been working together since the beginning of the year so that we could work this as quickly and as possibly and as efficiently as we could. So we've been working with them since the first of the year. I will give you guys a more complete report once we have actually certified the election.
Okay.
That'll be towards the end of the month, after the end of the month.
All right. Again, like I said, thank you to you and your team, Kim. I do appreciate your efforts.
Thank you.
Anything?
No.
All right.
Report later. We're almost there.
Yeah. Travis, you have a transfer order?
Gentlemen, this is just housekeeping. Transfer $148,425.82 from the general fund to the senior citizens bus fund. It's carryover from grants and fees. We do this every year.
You have an order number?
Number 5.
Number 5?
Okay. I would so move we approve order number 5, 2024, to transfer $148,425.82 from the general fund to the Senior Citizens Bus Fund, which is a carryover from the 2023 Montezuma County Transportation Grants and Fees.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to accept order number 5, 2024, a transfer of $148,425.82 from the general fund to the Senior Citizens Bus Fund, a carryover of from 23 Montezuma County Transportation Grant and Fees. Is there any discussion?
No.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, there you go. With that, my clock just chimed 10 o'clock, so we will have a continuation, jumping back up to the top of our agenda of a discussion as it's related to a supplemental budget request for the Montezuma County Sheriff's Office. So come on down. You can all come on down. There's enough chairs, microphones. Okay. Go ahead. What do you have? What's new?
In relation to the supplemental budget request that was talked about last week, we have cut back all spending. Nothing except absolute essentials, obviously, to keep the folks in the jail eating and taking care of the way that we are dealing with calls for service and staffing is, at this point, we are becoming basically just reactive. We are stationing deputies geographically advantageous to us in the county and then answering calls for service. There is no extra spending whatsoever to help offset the roughly 300,000 overage that is requested through the supplemental budget. There are contracts being negotiated with the town of Dolores. The sheriff is also seeking a contract with the tribe, with the casino. Obviously, that doesn't help until 2025. The one thing that we did notice as we were going through this is this overage, unfortunately, is the gift that keeps on giving into 2025, and we are taking steps to correct that. So the way it looks right now, the jail would be fine in 2025, but in the sheriff's office side, there would be an overage of $306,000 again, and we're figuring out how to offset that and how to make that up. So that's kind of where we're at right now.
Okay. Would any of you ladies like to add anything, or sirs? No? Okay.
I guess I would like to add that it's unfortunate that we are where we are, but there are changes being put in place, obviously, as you three all know, on how to deal with this. I am now taking care of the financial end of things, and I think we can expect a better relationship in the future on that, and that's what we're looking for. Obviously, we have a duty to protect the citizens of Montezuma County. Obviously, our calls for service aren't getting, it's not going down. We're getting busier, but we're figuring out how to do that. One, improve this relationship. Two, how to provide the best service, obviously, we can to the community, dealing with the issues that we're seeing on the law enforcement side. And I guess I would just like to encourage you three, at least on behalf of the office, that consider approving the supplemental budget. Obviously, we're taking steps to correct those issues. It's unfortunate that it is where it is, but I don't know that that furloughing people, and I don't think that either helps the office or the public in trying to accomplish what we're trying to accomplish as an office and answer the calls for service that we need to offer. So
the question that I have for you to start off, and we're going to have we actually have another specific training for all three of us in 2 days provided by the state, because this has put us in a quandary of where do we lie and where do we not lie, because basically our statutory requirements of the Board of County Commissioners is what we have to fund. It's not what a department head or an elected official wants to provide, it's what we have to fund. And we want more clarification on that specifically because, again, this is an unfortunate situation. Not that any of you looking at me right now have put us in this situation, but in a chronological order, starting from the end of last year when the budget was approved, I mean, there were a lot of things set forth of statements of you're going to go over, you're going to go over, you're going to go over, you're going to go over. Again, not anybody looking at me right now with total disregard. And it's very hard to sit up here because we're rewarding bad behavior, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. I'm not speaking for these gentlemen. Specifically after we had several checks and balances in place to not do that. So we can make a decision today. We can wait until after our training on Thursday. We can put it off a week. The process is in place. It's not gonna change that. Work with finance, continue to work with finance, and I appreciate the things that you guys have put in order to try and cure what you can. I mean, that does help, but, again, I just struggle. I struggle with how this was handled. And, I mean, ultimately, we're responsible for the entire budget. So if this gets into the general fund, then it becomes in our lap. So, Travis, do you want to, or commissioners, what's your thoughts?
Gerald, do you have anything?
Well, I agree with Jim. This whole deal just really bothers me that we're just okay in bad behavior, as far as I'm concerned. Because this type of deal's been going on for this whole year. And for the things that were done, he knew he was gonna go over budget. He knew this. And just to continue this deal just irritates me to no end. I know we're not gonna let the general fund go out of money because of this, but we can't. But allowing this type of behavior, just every office in this county, every elected official, just like Kim. So is she gonna just increase the pay of all her employees and just come and ask forgiveness next year? I don't know. It really bothers me what happened over this whole year. I've tried to do things to make this county understand where we need to go and with this sales tax and stuff and try to help your department. And I think this is just a bad reflection. I've had so many people come up to me and say they're not voting for this sales tax just because of the things that's happened. And it just really irritates me that this thing's gone on like it has.
I agree. But the bottom line is, if we don't approve this, you're going to furlough upwards of 20 people. And those people will find jobs and we won't be able to fulfill that role that we have to do. And our basic role up here is safety and welfare and the protection of this county, but to do it physically responsibly. And that responsibility was let go. And it's a shame that one person gets us into this mess, but we have to deal with it. So I'd like another week to look at this and go through that training. that's all right with you. I mean, I don't know how you
Yeah, it's,
gentlemen
I mean, we're in the process, we can continue it, so it doesn't mean that we are making a decision, it just means that we're gonna continue it. I too would like to have this other specialized training, just because this is something that's, I mean, it's new to us too. We're dealing with something, I kind of feel like our attorney, you know, he walked up here his first day and now he's got something else new in the beginning. But we've got some training, and I don't mind putting it off until next week also.
I just want to make sure we touch all the bases.
What is it that you guys don't know? I mean, what questions do you have? Because I'm here.
I think it's just specifically how the resolution, when you allocate the funding of the resolution at the beginning of our budget process. The very first letter in our budget process is a resolution accepting it. That's my concerns. So.
I guess I don't understand.
So if you look at the very first resolution of our budget process, when we accept the budget, it's
Yeah.
by resolution.
Yeah.
And it allocates specific dollars to specific funds,
Yes.
okay? So that's what I want more of a clarification on, and I don't think another.
Clarify what, though, in regards to that? I mean, that's what it does.
Well, I understand that, but does each fund have to be specified? So right now, we have 3 different funds that we're talking about. We have the SO, we have the jail, well, the jail's kind of been taken off the table, and the LEA. And those are not specific in that resolution.
Okay.
So I'll show it to you. It's right at the very first page of the resolution of the budget.
I think part of what we need to look at is how much, are we really gonna need this much money to keep the general fund whole at the end of the year?
Correct.
Because of some of the other.
So it's a budget question rather than a legal question?
It's a budget
Yes,
question.
it's a
It's
budget
not
Understood.
legal at all.
about
Understood.
Whether we will have enough money in the general fund, how much we would have to add just to keep it whole for the year without going to this extent. We may have some money in there that we don't have used in other departments, that we may be able to make up part of this without having
Yeah.
to
Well, the budget,
extend that much money.
the budget questions are one thing. Legal questions should be directed to this office. and-
Which it is a
yeah.
budget question.
Okay,
Which
understood.
is our training entirely on statutory requirements of the budget.
Well, that sounds legal.
Well,
And so
Of the
my
budget.
advice to the board
Of the
would be,
budget.
don't bring in a non-attorney to tell this board how to handle legal issues.
sure,
Yeah,
so
we're not-
understand that.
Okay.
It's just the budget, totally.
Yeah, so these are budgetary requirements. But again, like I said, I think it's, you know, I appreciate all of you guys in digging into this too, because that's what we're really digging in is we have to fund specific things. And we don't have to fund specific things. And we fight mandates all the time. So I agree with you, Commissioner, if that's what you'd like to do, is move it to the next
Yes.
week, we can do that. But I guess my question to you guys is, do you really realize how we've gotten here? Because we had a packet full of all kinds of stuff to review this week, and it's.
I would say it's not a mystery at this point, how we got where we're at. The question now is how do we overcome it? And
Right.
how do we make it better in the future? And I think we're making those steps to do that. And I guess, Commissioner Copenhaver, to address you directly, I understand your frustration. I do. And I understand why you're frustrated. And you and I have had offline conversations about why that sales tax was important. And I appreciate everybody's help in that regard and for funding in the budget. I guess one thing I thought I'd like to leave you guys with is, in the event that the budget isn't supplemented and it's not approved, just talking dollars and cents, is when we furlough people, we're not going to get them back. And we're going to lose our top tier talent because they're going to go get jobs elsewhere. And then when we look at the cost of what it costs to retrain people, try to get them to the agency, and what it's going to cost to retrain them, that cost is extremely significant. So.
And I think we are all very aware of that. Trust me. I know
Absolutely.
we've had those conversations, and it's not just with your department, it's with every department. We face that all of the time right now. So yeah, retraining is not is not what we want to do countywide. So we definitely understand that and appreciate that comment.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so then we'll push this decision to next week. Travis, put that on there. This will be continued at same time work for you all?
I would suggest you make a motion, just.
Yeah, we're going
yeah,
to. I'm just
perfect.
wanting to make sure that I get everything in line. 10 o'clock? 10 o'clock?
Yes, sir.
Okay, go ahead.
Move we continue this discussion related to the sheriff's budget request till November, what's the date? 19th? 19th at 10 o'clock.
It's actually continuing the hearing.
Okay.
Yep.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded to continue this hearing for a supplemental budget request to 10 o'clock on November 19th, 2024. Further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, we'll see you next week. All right. With that,
We're almost done.
we are back down to commissioners' reports. Commissioner Copenhaver.
I really don't have much to report this week, to tell you the truth.
Very good.
Been busy, and I'm glad to see all the election stuff coming to an end, personally. Seen enough ads and all that stuff to do me in for a while. So, other than that, I don't have much to report.
I have city council tonight. I haven't seen them in a while. Like to thank the veterans. Veterans Day parade yesterday was pretty good, and the Legion put on a real fine breakfast, and all of those other agencies that put up meals and did everything for the veterans. It was much appreciated. So again, thank you all very much. And to Kim, thank everybody over at your office. I mean, it was one of those unusual years that we go through, but you guys did a good job. And to Ian, thank you. I mean, in 1997, I walked in kind of like you did, kind of young, and was a brand new commissioner, and there was a guy sat at the end of the table by the name of Bob Slough. And over the course of 8 years, we became really good friends, and I didn't think anybody'd fill Bob Slough's shoes, but you're there, buddy. Thank you.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
All right, well, I'm going to be like Commissioner Copenhaver, and we're going to get this party started of this grilling of our exiting county attorney. So I have no report at this point in time, gentlemen.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
So moved and seconded to adjourn this November 12th, 2024 meeting. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, stick around. The grilling can begin. We'll give you all kinds of stories that we've had.